There's a bunch of different methods to reach motivated sellers, but two of my favorite methods are text messaging and cold calling. On this episode, I'll give you some pros and cons of each one. See you in a second. Hey everyone out there, I'm Shaun Young, virtual wholesaler, author, investor, and I love all things real estate. Before we jump into cold calling and text messaging as methods to reach motivated sellers, go ahead and click on that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you make sure that you never miss an episode. Which method are you using to reach motivated sellers? Drop me a comment down below and let me know how it's going for you. Okay, let's jump right into it. First, I want to discuss cold calling. There's a number of ways that you can cold call. You can take your list of motivated sellers and get you a dedicated number to call from, using tools such as CallRail or Vumber. Now that you have a dedicated number in place, start smiling and dialing. Your only limitations will be how many people can you manually dial and talk to on a daily basis. If you want to crank this up, of course, you can use a multi-line dialer that can dial up to 3 to 10 numbers at a time using multi-line dialer systems like ZenCall or Mojo Dialer. So if you're using a multi-line dialer system making hundreds of calls per day and the carriers have turned your number into a spam number, it will show up on the caller ID as potential spam, and that will lessen the chances of anyone ever answering that call. Now, let's jump into my favorite method, and that's text messaging. Text messaging is a great way to reach out to motivated sellers for a number of reasons. Like with cold calling, you can use a manual system of text messaging where you send out one text message at a time, or you can use a text messaging tool that sends out hundreds of messages per day on your behalf. The system that I use to deliver my text messages, and one that I highly recommend for my viewers out there, it's called Roar. That's R-O-O-R. And I'll make sure to leave a link in the description below so that you can get a discount using my code. There's no setup fees, no monthly or annual fees. You simply set up the account with an initial amount and then you reload that as necessary. Now, I've tested a bunch of other text messaging services out there, and Roar is by far the best, hands down, when it comes to deliverability rates and user-friendly features. Now with text messaging, you can reach a bunch of people in a short amount of time and start a bunch of conversations. Now this can be a good thing if you're controlling it, but it can be a horrible thing if you let it get out of your control. For example, let's say you send out 100 text messages, and on the next day you get 50 people reply back to you. And for whatever reason, you're only able to get back to 20 of those people. Then the next day hits, and you have another 50 to 60 replies to reply to on top of the 30 that you didn't get to from the prior day before. And as you can imagine, that can become overwhelming and discouraging. So managing that is gonna be key for you. I've used both of these methods to close a bunch of deals and make a ton of money. Now, if you feel you're gonna need help with your cold calling or text messaging because your schedule just doesn't allow for it from a time perspective, then I would definitely say consider hiring a professionally trained virtual assistant. And you're in luck, because I own and operate the #1 virtual assistant source in our industry. To hire a professionally trained virtual assistant from my company, REI World Solutions, utilize the link that's in the description below. We'd love to serve you. And if you're looking for a coach that's gonna be dedicated to your success, build your business for you from the ground up and show you how to operate it, then head on over to ShaunYoungCoaches.com and schedule a call with me and my team today to see if we'd be a good fit for each other. That's all I have for you today, guys. So continue to take massive imperfect action and fail your way forward. And remember, help me, help you, help us all. I'll see you on the other side.
I'm seated on the throne, the top is so alone. Only thing that keeps me going is I know my city love me. I know my city love me. I know my city love me. I know my city love me.